Good afternoon, class. My name is Alex Zielinski, and today we will be discussing Samsung Electronics for Business Integration 794 Capstone. We're going to go through the overview, purpose, and take a preview and look at some of the topics that we might discuss. Samsung is a global manufacturer and seller of consumer technology, including appliances, mobile devices such as phones and tablets, refrigerators, and even vacuums. The purpose of this analysis is to understand the firm's history, look at some key forces that have affected its performance and strategy, and we will make some recommendations for change. We first look at some background information. We will then identify a few problems facing Samsung. Third, we will examine the firm's past strategy and the shift to the new one. Fourth, we will consider alternative solutions, and finally, we will make recommendations for change. A little background: Samsung was established in 1969 in South Korea. They originally sold televisions, and then in about the mid to late 70s and 80s, they began producing cell phones. They expanded their product line during this time to include like I said, refrigerators, appliances, even components that other technology companies use, such as Apple. Samsung not only makes their own products, but they also produced certain components for some of their competitors' products. They're currently trying to shed their image of a low-end follower instead of being an innovator. Some of their main competitors are Sony and Apple. A few problems facing Samsung are that they used to follow a unsustainable strategy with little to no competitive advantage. They were focused on being the cost leader, which means they would produce cheap, low-end products for the masses, and to achieve these goals they would cut costs in production and manufacturing. There also are a number of competitors who produce low-cost products in China and elsewhere that have been posing major problems for Samsung's growth. And the big strategy shift that took place in the late 90s kind of started with the economic turmoil in Asia. The economy was really struggling, and consumers were no longer able to purchase Samsung's products, or they didn't want to. The demand dropped, and this really forced Samsung to reevaluate its strategy, and it kind of catapulted them into a different market, a premium market. Like I said, they initially implemented a cost leadership strategy, and they only competed on price. They weren't focused on quality, design. They simply mimicked other firms' products, but they realized that this was not sustainable, and they were creating no competitive advantages for themselves. The public perception of the brand was cheap, low-end. If you couldn't afford Sony or Apple, you'd get a Samsung product. But they began shifting to focus more on creating premium products, and they actually have been taking a lot of market share from their competitors, such as Apple. They focus a lot on design, functionality, and producing original products instead of being a copycat company. So during the strategy shift in the late 90s, they began focusing on hiring the right people. So this started with engineers and designers. They kind of took the lead because Samsung decided that they were going to start creating products with an elegant, sleek design that consumers wanted and demanded. And also they focused on marketing. There was a big shift in their marketing strategy. They hired a few top-notch marketing agencies and individuals who really helped take their company to the next level during the strategy change and the rebrand. So going from a cost leader to a broad differentiator was a long process, and they really relied heavily on the marketing aspect to change public perception. They also pulled products out of big discount chains in order to kind of shift the public perception of Samsung to a more premium, high-end, high-quality product instead of the cheap, low-end that it used to be. Another major focus in the strategy shift was R&D. They streamlined the process. They kind of cut out all the bureaucracy. They gave more freedom to designers and developers so that once they had the idea, they could quickly get it to market. So now we're going to take a look at a commercial for the Samsung Galaxy S7, sorry. And as you'll see, they focus on their marketing is focused on celebrity endorsement, comedy, cutting edge technology and design, and let's take a look at it.
Why can't I buy this weird shaved meat sandwich with my phone?
Why can't my phone have a big screen but be small enough to fit in these fashionably tight pants?
Why can't my battery last long enough to navigate me through these scary woods? We'll probably find out. Why can't my phone have enough memory to hold all 145 of my movies, like that one with the action and the martial arts? You seen that one?
Why can't my phone take high quality low light photos instead of this big expensive camera?
Why don't you come down from there, sir?
You got it. How doesn't my phone work after I pour this expensive champagne all over it? I'm not supposed to show people how rich and carefree I am.
Why can't my phone turn into a VR machine so somebody, hypothetically could escape from their reality?
Why is everyone talking about phones instead of more important things like pick and roll defense? Now, the three fundamentals of
Why can't I make a call from my phone? What? Why can't I make a call on my watch when I no longer have a phone?
Why did I have to wait so long in these commercials to do a celebrity sports person cameo?
Why can I not play Elton Warriors at the 7th Gap Parade in the shower? Why don't I ever get asked to be the spokesperson in a commercial?
Good question. Introducing the only water-resistant, fast, wireless charging, best camera having memory expandable, pay almost anywhere Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge.
Beyond experience ended.
Man, I would have made a great spokesperson.
The new do-everything Galaxy S7 Edge.
So as you saw in the commercial, Samsung is now using a lot of whimsy, wit, celebrity endorsement to kind of push their core products, which is in the mobile device market, so phones, tablets, and actually the Galaxy 7S has been taking a lot of market share from Apple's iPhone recently due to the improved functionality, design, and price. So a few alternative solutions to some of Samsung's problems are reassigning employees to new and different tasks. I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but the company did lay off 1/3 of its workforce around the time the strategy shift changed, so late 90s. I'd recommend not doing that, but they should also invest in more production and manufacturing to better control the costs and monitor quality, while also bringing products to market faster. And focusing on product life cycles is also something that's very important and that they should consider. The timing and release is critical, as Apple has mastered. We've all seen it. They time the release perfectly. If Samsung can kind of do that also, I think it'll be very beneficial for them. Also, I said this before, avoid layoffs. That's never a good thing. It tarnishes the brand image, reputation, all that kind of stuff. So if they can avoid that in the future, that should be a last ditch effort, if at all. Samsung should consider promoting innovative thinkers from within the firm to leadership positions instead of hiring from outside firms. Also offer, this one's very important, offer complement products and services, kind of like Apple and Sony have been doing with the iPod, iTunes. By doing this, they will create more revenue streams for the company, and they will enhance the value of current products while selling other products. So it'll really help the bottom line. I'd recommend moving into cloud computing. It's becoming a huge market, and Samsung should seriously consider jumping in before it's too late. These opportunities will provide a lot of value for all stakeholders, and they will increase, revenue and provide new revenue streams. So, summary of findings. We determined that Samsung is a firm with strong leadership, and they're not afraid to make tough decisions and get their hands dirty to be the best of the best in the industry. The strategy shift does not happen overnight. Rebranding takes a long time. Changing public perception takes a long time. A lot of resources. So if they can stay persistent and stick to it, it will be it'll be important that they stick to it. They have recently, the past 15 years, clearly described their goals, outlined their strategy, vision, philosophy for all to see, employees, stakeholders, and it's very important that they continue to do that consistently and communicate those intentions. References? If you have any questions, please email them to me or comment in the forum, but just don't make them too difficult. Just kidding. Thanks for being a great audience, and have a wonderful evening.